Hello guys, welcome to the Altruist Styles. I am Janvi and today we are going to learn vocabulary as known as lexical resources related to crime and law. It is the episode number 29 and you can check all the previous episodes on our channel. So, in the previous video we have covered these three words. The first word was prosecution. Prosecution is the action of charging someone with a crime and putting them on a trial. The second word was hostility. It is an uncountable noun, and hostility is unfriendly or aggressive behavior towards people or ideas. The third word was segregation. It is also an uncountable noun, and segregation is the official practice of keeping people apart, usually people of different sexes, races, or religions. Now, before moving to next words, I want to announce that if you are stuck at band 6.5 or less in writing section of IELTS, you can check our writing correction service and you can join our Facebook group. So don't forget to check it. The link is in the description box. So now let's move to our first word. It is legislation. It is an uncountable noun, and legislation consists of a law or laws passed by a government. Let's look at some of the synonyms: law, act, ruling, rule. Let's check the example. And a letter calling for legislation to protect women's rights. Now let's look at some of the collocations: pass legislation, introduce legislation, comply with legislation, enact legislation, new legislation, proposed legislation, protection legislation, government legislation, legislation on something, legislation in. Let's look at the other things related to grammar. Legislator, it is a countable noun, and a legislator is a person who is involved in making or passing laws. The example could be: at the time, he was an enormous Illinois state legislator and Senate candidate. The synonyms could be lawmaker, parliamentarian, lawgiver. Now let's move to another word: vow. It is pronounced as vow, and a vow is a serious promise or decision to do a particular thing. Let's look at the synonyms: promise, pledge, swear, or commit. Let's look at the examples. I made a silent vow to be more careful in the future. Let's jump to the collocations: break vow, make vow, take vow, or marriage vow. Let's look at the other things. The plural could be vows. Let's jump to our last word: interruption. It is a countable noun, something that interrupts, such as a command, question, or action. The act of interrupting or the state of being interrupted is called interruption. Let's look at the synonyms: hindrance. And the example: John will have to wait another day to impart his advice without interruption. Now let's jump to collocations. Without interruption, ignore interruption. And other things related to grammar: interrupt is also a verb, and if you interrupt someone who is speaking, you say or do something that causes them to stop. The example could be: Turking tapped him on the shoulder. Sorry to interrupt, Colonel, and rest. And the synonym could be disruption or break. In the next video, we will cover the word assault, conscript, freak, and many more. Until then, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.